2 hari lagi, tambah 2 hari lagi. Pagi lah ya, jam 6 pagi banget ini mah. Kepagian. Oke, jadi sekarang tuh kita ngurusin misi sekarang tuh ngurusin nama, marga, sama tadi kita sambil mencari tahu tentang itu yang kerjasama sama kapitan.
I see the value in my own work.
Kok nggak bisa?
But I also see them
Ini kah? Kurang kah?
in all the endeavors of the people of
Kurang kah? Terlalu pagi.
Let's ask her how things have been going.
Di mana? Oke, kita ke Silonen lagi. Kita ngobrol.
Hey, Shilonen, how's everything going?
Oh, hi, Traveler and Pipe. I have bad news.
Yeah.
Citlali did not reply to our request.
Huh? You mean she didn't even bother to give Kenichi a response?
Yeah, well, she can be also quite eccentric, though she's
agak
one of
lupa
the
yang
most
mana ya?
gifted people
Orang.
around. But let's go to the stadium and see if we can meet her there. If we do get a chance to
That's true.
Kita Citlali itu yang mana ya? Lupa lagi wajahnya. Oke, kita yang minjemin batu. Yang mana lupa sih? Ya, kita lihat aja ntar. Kita kelihatan orang yang mana. Namun saya dugaan saya tidak ada di sana. Ya, agak repot ya.
Paimon doesn't see anybody.
Well, we tried to be as considerate as we could, but she's under no obligation.
That might be true, but this is still a request from the Pyro Archon, right? Shouldn't this...
A subject? Well, if you ask me, I'd say we're all more like friends. Yes, Mawika is our leader, but that doesn't mean there's any kind of tall barrier between. The only thing is that she often has very high expectations of us.
Huh. So even though she's super powerful, it sounds like she's actually pretty down to earth and easy to get along with. Unlike that old hag Granny Eatstily, right? Does she think she can ignore us just because she's famous? You all talk about her like she's some kind of huge deal, but she didn't even bother to reply to our letter. If that's what aging does to you, Paimon never wants to get
Parah
old.
banget.
Oh, really? So,
Oh,
that's how you
dia.
see me?
Huh? Who's there?
Oh, don't mind me. I'm just a disgruntled old hag, right? Come on, relax. I'm sure
Muncul
my
nggak sih
bark's
kemarin?
worse than
Kayak
my
nggak
bite.
muncul.
Huh? Citlali.
Wait, you're Citlali? You're Granny Eatstily?
Kayaknya kemarin nggak
Yes,
ketemu deh.
Granny Eatsley. But emphasis on Eatsley, not Granny.
Oh, lucu
Oh,
banget.
you must know
bagus
this
banget.
trope from light
Desain.
novels, surely. They use it all the
Kayak saya
time.
berpang gitu loh.
The young man who's actually the oldest person in the room. Oh, wipe that look off your face. You've seriously never seen an older lady that doesn't look her age? Okay, well, don't go thinking it's a trick either. See?
Did I forget to mention? She's called Granny, but she's actually pretty young. It was an honest mistake. I guess we've just gotten used to it.
I'm sorry.
What? How dare you? Don't you know it's rude to
Paimon really didn't mean to offend you, it's just that... Paimon just wanted to apologize, but now she's putting more and
Lucu
more
banget.
of her foot in her mouth.
It was my idea to invite you here, Citlali. So if you're upset...
All right. I was only joking. I didn't mean to chastise anyone. There's really no need to take all this so seriously.
Kayaknya dia termasuk ini juga deh.
If anything, I'm gonna feel
Termasuk pahlawan
awkward if
yang
we keep this
dipilih juga
going.
deh.
I received Kenichi's letter and was planning to attend this meeting. Since I had already decided to come, I figured there was no need to, but it's also natural for people to get held up by one thing or another as they're trying to leave the house. It certainly
Oh, dia
was
masih
a
muda
bit
sih.
awkward to see that everyone else had arrived. At first, I was thinking of quietly sneaking over, but since you were already here waiting for me, I started to think about how I should phrase my apology. Only to
Iya,
hear
mata
you
bisa.
all talking smack about me.
Emotnya lucu.
Anyway, that's the whole story.
Apa nih? Kenapa nih?
What's with that expression? Was she feeling embarrassed just...
Apa sih malah ngomong dalam hati?
When the Masters of the Night Wind say they struggle dealing with her, I wonder if the feeling is mutual.
Oh,
She seems to
canggung
be
cuy.
pretty awkward herself. Everything she does and says.
Anyway,
Correct. The situation
Canggung
isn't
banget.
like anything.
Keren sih, Genshin sekarang ada ininya ya.
I see.
Ada emosinya.
So Mawika has asked you to forge an ancient name for an outlander. Well, and you've also heard all about Auroron. I must say, he's always been a good kid. I can't see him joining the Fatui of his own volition.
Yeah, that's what we came here to ask you. We'll help bring Auroron back if you help us solve the problems of...
I suppose I'll just call you Traveler for now. Traveler, come here.
Apa nih? Ngapain?
Wealth leads to unending conflicts between people. Yet you alone transcend the value of gold. Baleful thunder and wrathful waves bring terror to mortal hearts. A weary yet free soul. Even the most verdant leaf in the forest will pray for your happiness and safe passage.
Oh, ini kayak alur cerita ini ya, negara-negara sebelumnya.
Those are all the things that I could see in you. You've experienced far more than even most mortals could dream of. You possess the heart of a sincere hero, along with the conviction to lift a torch above your head and walk... Huh? Don't...
Huh? What thing? Don't scare Paimon. Is the Traveler gonna be okay?
Shoo!
What? Apa itu?
That should do it. You've just returned from the Night Kingdom, so some fragments of souls were still stuck to your body.
Loh,
No need to worry. I've just cleared out the last of them.
Isn't that kinda like having part of a ghost come...
It's nothing as serious as that. If left unattended, the most it could do is stir up some chaos and...
Well, in that case, better to get rid of them.
oh,
It
dia
was
bisa
nothing.
membersihkan gitu ya?
Shilonen, let's follow your proposal. Once you've brought Auroron back, I'll take you to see the Lord.
The Lord of the Night? But don't we need to talk to the Wyab of the tribes?
Something this important is beyond their jurisdiction. Only the Lord of the Night can decide whether we can grant an ancient name to one who does not hail from our lands. The Lord of the Night is an ancient entity that rules over the entire Night Kingdom, constantly borrowing the power of the sacred flame to combat corruption.
Oh, so you're basically saying it's even more powerful than the Wyab of the tribes. Well, that sort of makes sense, being the...
Not exactly. It's not so much that one's more powerful than the other. But just listen carefully to what I'm about to tell you. The Lord of the Night is currently in a deep slumber, and we can only communicate with its consciousness while in a trance. But I will need to prepare a few more things if we are to hold a ceremony to achieve the state of the trance. I'll make a list.
I can go. It'll probably be a long list, so better leave it.
Sounds good. Then we'll go with Citlali to try...
Phew, the Fatui are nothing to scoff at, so please, be careful during your investigation. If you...
Yep, we'll be sure to...
Oke, jadi sekarang kita nyari Auroron dulu deh. Auroron kah?
All right, now it's time for us to catch that. Oh, I'm sorry I made you wait earlier. It was actually because I decided to swing. He has always lived alone, and I found a broken jar in his house. There was also something off about his phlogiston aphid, and interestingly enough, I saw some slash marks in the house that did not match any of our local weapons.
Oh, sounds like the Fatui broke into his house and...
But why would they kidnap a kid who just spends his days living in the country and raising aphids? He's only in his 20s. That's not to say that I believe he's totally innocent, of course, since he's the only one who was kidnapped out of everyone in Natlan. In any case, we'll get to the... I'm truly sorry to put you two through all this trouble.
You can count on it!
All right, then let's start by...
Oke, kita cari si Auroron. Oh, tuh ada orang di situ. Mana? Questnya mana? Lanjutannya. Oke, kita mode fokus dulu. Jadi ini tuh biar questnya berjalan dulu sampai beres, baru bisa quest yang lain. Oke, di sini ternyata. Let's go, kita mencari si Ororon. Kemana kah si Ororon? Apakah diculik? Ini ya, di sini tuh kita lebih ke cerita internal dulu. Jadi ceritanya belum masuk ke habis, tapi ya nyenggol dikit lah. Mungkin ini fokusnya lebih ke ini ya, mungkin lebih ke Fatuinya. Oke, kita lanjutkan. Kok di ini ya, di air terjun.
This is the spot. An eyewitness claimed to have seen Auroron speaking to some Fatui soldiers here. I don't know how much you're willing to believe me, but Auroron really is a good kid. I see no reason why I'm convinced that what the witnesses saw was actually the Fatui coercing. However...
Didn't Kanich say that she's a big name in Natlan? Feels kinda weird to see her so frustrated and helpless like...
Auroron? Well, he was left at the side of the road as an infant. He learned a lot from us. And once he reached adulthood, he built himself a house out in the countryside. He spends most of his days growing vegetables and raising aphids. He's always been such a good kid. He would even get his friends to deliver whole bags.
Dia emang gak kayak orang jahat.
Oh well, let's keep looking. He's been raising phlogiston aphids for a long time, and since they were disturbed, they secreted a special type of phlogiston. We can use that substance to track his... Let's follow the phlogiston trail.
Huh? What trail?
Oh, right. I forgot your eye. Here.
Dikasih apa nih? Ini banget, magic banget ya. Wih, tadi diilangin, dibaca ininya, dibaca historinya.
How about now?
What do you see?
Oh, kok bisa ya?
Whoa, Paimon can see it now too.
That's right. I used a
Citlali
spell to
elemen apa
temporarily
nih?
transfer a
Hydro
portion
ya?
of my senses to you.
Anemo ya?
Wow, you can even share your senses with us? First time.
It requires a very rare spell
saya
that
tuh deh.
most people aren't adept at. But don't worry, when I held your hand just now, I could sense that you've got a great affinity for phlogiston. Anyway, we'll need to use our vision now to track
Oke, kita
Over here, this way!
cari
Citlali
jejaknya.
might say a lot
Apakah
of deep
pakai
and
ini bisa?
confusing stuff, but this spell of
Sama
hers
aja.
is really something.
Oh, kenapa nih? Tiba-tiba
What
dihadang?
does she mean by deep and confusing? As far as elderly shamans go, I'd say that I'm already pretty easy to talk to. But is my way of speaking still not trendy enough?
Malah
I've
overthinking.
already tried my best. Or perhaps I'm still not fashionable enough? But that can't be, right? Don't tell me they're still getting the impression that I'm super
Oh,
old-fashioned.
jadi gitu. Kenapa dipanggil nenek? Jadi karena dia terlalu kolot ya.
Was that?
Now that I think about it, it's a good thing I found some helpers this time. Oh? They appear to be feeling quite confident. Looks like our work will go smoothly.
Apa sih? Kok bisa baca pikiran? Bisa sama-sama bilang. Kocak banget.
Hey, looks like there's a new camp over there. Yeah, judging by Paimon's experience.
Wait. Let me see.
Apa nih?
Paimon sees a small...
This is a distress signal for the Masters of the Night Wind. Only someone from... We've got to find him. Leaving such a subtle mark implies that he was trying to be if they notice us, we can just charge in and fight them to the death. But what if my darling grandson is also there? No. I've got to be careful. Otherwise he'd get hit as well.
Kocak banget. Kocak banget bisa baca pikiran. Ternyata baca pikiran tuh tidak selamanya bagus ya. Oke, kita lanjutin buat nyari si siapa tadi? Pororo. Kororo siapa sih?
There are traces of people staying here too.
Wait a second. The I can also smell a mix of elements in the air.
Kenichi told us that you were super amazing. No wonder you can sense so many more.
It's about time that little brat said something nice about me.
Apa sih?
There are signs of a struggle here. Judging from what's left on the scene, there must have been a fight. But after that, the faction...
Do you still remember the little mark we found before? Paimon's thinking, what if...
Given there are 2 signals leading from... I'll take this direction and leave.
Oke, kita berpencar. Santai banget dah.
Roran, what the heck were you doing? It's one thing to trouble me, but
And off she goes! Traveler, did you hear all of that as well? Once Citlali left, that voice went away as well. Paimon even tried calling her name inside Paimon's head, so you were thinking the same thing. Paimon also thought that if we could hear what she was thinking, then she could probably also hear what we were thinking in our... She did say that she was quite adept at this spell, and it doesn't sound like she's had any trouble with it in the past. Huh, maybe we're a special case. If you think about it, she's really got a lively inner world. It paints quite a different picture from Paimon's first...
Oh gitu.